Sean, a lot of people say that the games around you, against teams around you when you're in the bottom three, are more important because of the potential significance of the result. What's your view?
Well, you can see why people talk about it. The same if it's a top-end game, you know what that means. But the reality is it's 3 points, and 3 points come in many different ways. So that's our thirst, for sure. The game is kind of irrelevant in the sense of who it is. It's getting 3 points. That's always been our focus since I've been at the club. So that's what we certainly look to get.
And you say that you don't check the league table. Does that help your players keep their focus on?
No, what I mean is I'm aware of the league table, of course. What I mean is I don't stare at it thinking, oh, thank goodness, that's where we are.
Did you
it's the journey.
When you jumped out, though?
No, because the journey is on the last game of the season. That's where it ends. You know, the journey's along the way. The destination is obvious for a club like ours, but it's just... We know what the journey is. It's important we focus on that, not what a piece of paper says at this stage. You know, it's when you get down to the end when it really counts. And we thought that's the way I work anyway, but it's how we went about our business last season, and it served us well. Keep the players focused on the next game, no matter who that is. The performance is key. The outcome, of course, comes with good performances. Usually, not always, but mostly.
You've said at some point that the performances have perhaps merited more than the points that you've got. Do you feel you're starting to get that momentum and the points with it now you're unbeaten?
Well, we have done the last 4, and there has been performances before that, as you're suggesting. There's no guarantees. There never is in football, but particularly not at this level. You know, you've seen clubs and the runs they've been on, and you do scratch your head sometimes. But then when you're in it and you're working in it, you do understand. You know, when you're looking at someone else's club and they're having a tough time getting results, having been that manager and that team ourselves early this season, it is relentless, and there's some very good sides out there. And every time you turn into the next game, with all due respect, some other leagues, there's teams in any division. If you're at the top, for example, as we were last year, there was teams that we thought, yeah, we'll fancy this one and we could easily win this one as long as we turn up and perform. Premier League's different. I don't think anyone gets taken lightly in the Premier League because everyone's earned the right to be there. And I think I said the other week, Jose Mourinho has been the most vocal with that out of all of his experience and leagues he's worked in. He said this is the toughest for different weird results happening over a season. So anyone can beat anyone. It's fair to say there are some superpower clubs, I believe, that are very hard to get victories against. But there's also a big group of people and clubs rather who are all fighting it out.
You had a couple of great battles with QPR last season. You expect something similar this weekend?
You never know. You never know how it maps out in football. You know, we had 2 really good games against them. You know, one at home and got an exciting draw away and delivered a very good performance in both. So, like I say, good performances, building on the mentality that we're growing with, and then we take on whoever's in front of us. And this week it's QPR.